We talk a lot about how our faces and bodies change as we get older. We notice the gray hairs, the lines around our eyes, the changes in our energy levels. But what about the parts we don't see in the mirror every day? What really happens to the penis after age 70? It's a topic surrounded by myths and anxiety, but it shouldn't be. In this video, we're going to have a straightforward, honest conversation about the 10 most significant changes you can expect. But more importantly, we'll discuss what you can actually do about them to reclaim your confidence and function. These changes are rooted in natural processes, things like reduced blood flow and a decrease in key proteins like collagen and elastin. Understanding this is the first step. The next step is knowing your options. So, let's get into it. First up is the skin transformation. Just like the skin on your face, the skin on the penis loses collagen and elastin over the decades. These are the proteins that keep skin firm and springy. Without as much of them, the skin becomes thinner, less elastic, and often appears more wrinkled or looser. This is a purely cosmetic change for the most part, but it's one of the first things men notice. It's a natural part of the aging process affecting skin everywhere on the body. The second change is one that causes a lot of concern, a noticeable shrinking effect. It's not just your imagination. With age, there can be a real reduction in both length and girth. This happens for a few key reasons. Deposits of plaque can build up in the tiny arteries of the penis, reducing blood flow. This means that during an erection, the chambers don't fill up as robustly as they once did. Additionally, a slow buildup of inelastic scar tissue can reduce the penis's ability to stretch. Over time, these factors can lead to a measurable decrease in size. This brings us to our third point, the buried penis phenomenon. This isn't about the penis itself shrinking, but rather about it becoming less visible. As men age, it's common to accumulate more body fat, particularly in the lower abdomen. This forms a pad of fat just above the pubic bone, known as the suprapubic fat pad. This pad can start to envelop the base of the penis, effectively burying a portion of the shaft and making it look shorter. At the same time, the skin of the scrotum can lose elasticity and hang lower, which can also change the overall appearance. Number 4 is a change in curvature. You might notice that your penis has started to develop a slight bend or curve that wasn't there before. This can be caused by something called calcification. Over many years, tiny, hard plaques of scar tissue can form inside the erectile tissues. This condition is known as Peyronie's disease, and it becomes more common with age. These plaques don't stretch during an erection like the surrounding tissue does, which forces the penis to bend toward the plaque. In some cases it's minor, but in others, it can be significant. Fifth, let's talk about reduced sensation. The nerves in the penis, like nerves elsewhere, can become less sensitive over time. This can mean that it takes more stimulation to become aroused, and orgasms may feel less intense than they used to. This is a gradual process, but it can be accelerated by health conditions that affect the nervous system, with diabetes being the most common example. So, if things don't feel quite as electric as they did in your younger years, this is a likely contributor. The sixth change is a drier experience. Penile skin naturally produces oils that keep it moisturized and protected. As we age, the activity of these oil glands diminishes. The result is skin that's drier and potentially more prone to irritation, chafing, or even tiny, superficial cracks or fissures. This is why maintaining good hygiene and considering a moisturizer becomes more important in later years to keep the skin healthy and comfortable. Number 7 involves changes in color and texture. It's very common to see new spots appearing on the skin of the penis. These are usually just age spots, similar to the ones you might get on your hands or face. They are benign and caused by years of sun exposure on the body in general. The overall skin tone may also become paler or less uniform. These are simply cosmetic changes reflecting the decades of life your skin has been through. 8th on our list is a change that's often top of mind, weaker erections. The quality of an erection depends almost entirely on strong, healthy blood flow. As we age, our blood vessels can become narrower and less flexible, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This makes it harder for blood to rush into the penis and stay there. Furthermore, the erectile tissues themselves become less elastic. The combination of these two factors, vascular changes and tissue aging, means erections may not be as firm, as reliable, or last as long. Related to this is our ninth point, a softer glans or head of the penis. During an erection in a younger man, the glans typically becomes very firm and engorged with blood. However, since the head of the penis is the very last part to fill with blood, any reduction in overall blood flow will be most noticeable here. This can result in an erection where the shaft is reasonably firm, but the head remains comparatively soft. And finally, number 10 is an increased refractory period. The refractory period is the technical term for the time a man needs to recover after an ejaculation before he can get another erection. This recovery window naturally gets longer as we age. While a teenager might need just a few minutes, a man in his 70s might need several hours or even a full day. This is a normal physiological change and not a sign of a problem. Now, hearing all of these 10 points together can feel overwhelming. And while we are about to discuss the foundational lifestyle changes and modern medical treatments that can help, there's a different, more direct path that thousands of men are now discovering. It's a bizarrely simple 7-second home remedy that targets what some researchers call the real, hidden root cause of these performance issues. It's 100% natural. It doesn't require risky pills or injections, and it works without you having to change your entire lifestyle. If you want to see exactly what this is, I've linked to a short, eye-opening video that explains everything. Point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen right now to watch it. There will also be a link pinned at the very top of the comments section. Now, for everyone who wants to continue with the powerful, foundational strategies you can start implementing today, let's dive into the first and most important area, your lifestyle. First, cardiovascular health is penile health. Anything that's good for your heart is good for your erections. Regular exercise, like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling, improves blood flow throughout your body, including where it counts. A diet low in processed foods and high in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats keeps your arteries clear. Weight management is also critical. Losing excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, can reduce that suprapubic fat pad and unbury your penis, instantly restoring visible length and improving your confidence. And if you smoke, quitting is one of the single best things you can do. Smoking constricts blood vessels and directly harms your ability to get and maintain an erection. Beyond lifestyle, we have a whole toolkit of modern treatments designed to rejuvenate penile tissue and function. For improving skin quality and blood flow, non-surgical options are gaining popularity. Things like low-intensity shockwave therapy and platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, treatments use your body's own healing mechanisms to repair old tissue, form new blood vessels, and improve overall health and sensitivity. For appearance and girth, treatments like hyaluronic acid fillers are now used. These are the same safe, temporary fillers used in cosmetic procedures for the face, but adapted for the penis. They can non-surgically increase girth and create a smoother, more youthful appearance of the skin. For functional issues like a significant curve from Peyronie's or persistent erectile dysfunction, there are highly effective medical treatments available. And for the buried penis, simple outpatient surgical procedures can remove the excess fat pad or adjust the scrotal skin to make the penis much more prominent. So, while it's true that the penis does change with age, nearly every single one of these changes has a corresponding solution, from lifestyle habits to modern treatments. It's not about trying to be 20 again. It's about maintaining health, function, and confidence throughout your life. The key is to stay informed, stay proactive, and understand that a healthy, satisfying sex life is absolutely possible at any age. It's not about turning back the clock, but about keeping it wound. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe for more straightforward men's health content. Thanks for watching.